Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Selenium interview questions. That is, write Selenium automation code for producing no such frame exception. Let me answer this question with practical demonstration. So, when does this exception generally occur? When you try to switch to a frame which is not present on the page, then you will get this no such frame exception in Selenium. Let me practically demonstrate so that you will get more clarity on this. For that, I'll switch to Eclipse IDE where we have the sample Selenium automation code, which is already written for opening the Chrome browser, then maximizing the browser. And here we need to open the application URL. For sample, I'll take this application URL, say tutorialsninja.com/demo. Okay, let's access this application. On this application, there is no frame available. There is no iframe or frame available. Now, what I'm going to do is, even though there is no frame available on the web page, I'm trying to switch to a frame which doesn't exist on the page. Okay, driver.switch2.frame of, either you can give index here or ID here, name here, or web element of the frame here. But nothing exists here. You just give double quotes and give some XYZ, which doesn't exist. There is no frame with this XYZ as ID as XYZ as ID or name or element or whatever it is. Okay, so if you try to do so, this particular statement will give you an exception or runtime error known as no such frame exception. Okay, so finally, after you get the exception, you already know, right? When there is an exception, the code which is followed by the exception will not be executed. Just to prove that, I am writing this print statement. So I'll simply say end of this program. This statement will not be printed because in the before statement 14th line itself, you will get an exception, because of which the execution will stop here and the remaining code will not be executed. Okay, just save this and run this code. Right click, run as Java application. So it will run the script. It will open the browser, maximize the browser. First it will open the browser, then maximize the browser. It will open the application URL. And on the application URL, there is no frame, but we are trying to switch to a frame which is not present or not exists on this web page. So because of which Eclipse IDE or Selenium will give you an exception in the Eclipse IDE console known as no such frame exception. No frame element found by name or ID XYZ. There's no such frame on this page. So you're trying to switch. And which line we got the exception? On the 14th line, as I mentioned. So the code which is followed by the 14th line will not be executed because the runtime exception will stop the program wherever the exception has occurred. Okay, there's no print statement printed end of this program. Okay, so hope guys you got an idea or answer for this question on how this frame exception occurs in Selenium automation. When you try to switch to a frame which doesn't exist on the page, you'll get this exception in Selenium. Okay, so that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye bye.